I'm so happy you're here, and I'm excited to talk about the topic I have planned for today, as this has been on my mind a lot lately as I have been working with people in my Soul Awakening Academy. For those of you who don't know what my Soul Awakening Academy is, it is my certification program, my signature certification that I run for practitioners, hypnotherapists, coaches, nutritionists, therapists, and other inspiring entrepreneurs who are focused on helping others transform their lives. In the program, I teach advanced healing techniques that can be added to your professional toolbox or help you start from scratch to help clients to remove obstacles from their success that are blocking their success and see more results quickly and easily. This leads to happy clients talking about the amazing results, which allows practitioners and coaches to increase their revenue and prosperity as they become leaders in any area of their specialty. So, what I want to talk about are all the similar mindset issues that I see that seem to plague coaches, practitioners, and others in the helping industry that stagnate their growth and negatively impact the ability to be successful in the very area they feel most called to. These roadblocks to your success can be so frustrating because you know you have a purpose, you know you've been called to help others and transform their lives. And usually, this inner knowing has been a part of you for a very long time, often since childhood. For others, this calling to help others has arrived after they've been through their own journey of lack, sickness, or something they've had to work through and learn to solve for themselves. And now they are taking what they've learned to help others like them. Post in the chat if this is you. Something difficult, some difficulty you've experienced, maybe your health, a relationship, or you've lost weight, or you've been through a traumatic experience that led you to want to help others navigate and work through the same difficulties. For many, this purpose comes as a second career, or when kids are out of the home, or they're done with corporate America, or they finally have the bandwidth and space to pursue their own passions instead of running around doing multiple jobs just to pay the bills, right? However you got here, you feel this call, this amazing call and purpose, this career, but you've been struggling because nothing's landing, nothing comes easily. You just can't get clients, and you can't get enough clients or you can't get enough clients so that your practice is self-sustaining. Or you struggle with social media, or you don't know where to start with technology. I get it. Maybe you've talked to potential clients and they balk at your pricing, right? They want your help, but they want you to pay you pennies. So you end up charging far less than you're worth. Or worse, you give it all away and your solutions away for free because someone needs your help. It validates you, or you are made to feel guilty for charging them. Maybe they're your friend. I understand. A lot of people really struggle with self promotion as well. They announce on social media that have started a business, they've created a new program, they're taking clients to solve a problem, and nobody responds to the post, and they don't know what to do next. Do you resonate with any of this? Tell me in the chat, right? So all these things can make you question whether or not you're on the right track. Did you get it wrong? Are you really supposed to be embarking on this purposive journey of helping others? And if so, why does nothing seem to be working out? These common struggles are all signs of having blocks to success. On some level, you have beliefs that are interfering with you starting or growing your own personal practice and how to become successful. And we all know what these beliefs are, we all know are unhealthy. They're not helpful at all. And we know what they're rooted in, right? Of course, they're rooted in inherited emotional DNA combined with our own personal beliefs, our own stories that have been reinforced through our life experiences. This is part of what makes us who we are. It determines the actions we take and those we don't. So today I want to talk about a few of the most common wrong beliefs that I see all the time with practitioners and coaches who are starting to grow their transformational practices And I'll also show you why these mindset frameworks are so detrimental and block you from living out your life's purpose. Let's start with some things I hear people say a lot, if not all the time. Here's one. I have 3 certifications in life coaching, but I don't feel qualified to help people. I'm not ready yet. What these people are doing is delaying their ability to help others based on the fear and the belief that they are not enough. Here's the problem with this fear. They could have had 10 certifications and hypothetically 5 PhDs. Remind me sometime to tell you about a client who had 3 PhDs, not this time. And they still would not feel qualified. This fear cannot be broken with more qualifications because the deeply rooted fear of not being enough is driven by their decisions. This is a fear that pervades all areas of life and can cause someone to shrink, to feel stagnant, and to live a life far less than what they are called to do. Let me know in the chat if you think this is one of your blocks. Here's another one I hear. I feel bad for asking money to help others. People have even told me that I lack morality because I asked for money for my services. The interesting thing is about this situation is that this suggestion of not being a good person if you charge for your services only has to be implied once. That's it. For it to impact people who have a strong fear of judgment, specifically judgment around character or integrity. Nobody wants to be accused of having a poor character or low integrity or taking advantage of somebody. So this one is one of the biggest blocks I see, especially in my female clients, where it's been a tradition for their services to have little or no value or should be done for free. This suggestion of not having integrity for charging can elicit strong emotional responses. But here's what I need you to understand about this. Anyone who is saying this to you is being highly manipulative, and you don't want them as a client anyway. They are takers in all sense of the word and often have a very strong victim mindset, which is very difficult to work with and almost impossible to lead them towards transformation. Even if you worked for them for free, they would see little to no transformation because of their own deeply rooted ideas about how the world works. Don't take on their wrong belief or worldview that is steeped in scarcity. There will be clients, I promise, who are genuine, who maybe they don't have the funds to work with you. However, they really want to work with you and they will find a way. If someone is trying to make you feel guilty or for making a living, don't engage with it. Don't engage with it energetically. Don't engage with it mentally. Let it be. They are not someone who you are here to help, at least not at this time. Here's another one I hear frequently. I am 100% responsible for my client's outcome, and they all need to succeed and be successful fast in my program, right? They all need to transform like overnight in the very first session or with the program I have. Now, people may not say this outright. This is an internal drive that we have, but they might be thinking it, or at least you believe they are. It might sound more like this. What internally for you? What if they pay me all this money and they don't get the transformation they're looking for? Ooh, right? If you have this belief that everyone you work with needs to have an amazing experience right out the door, you will never step into your purpose. You can have the most perfect process and program in the world, and you will still find some people who don't get the results immediately from your program. There are many reasons for this. I've been doing this a long time, and some people are truly not ready for transformation or the transformation you're offering. People have too many demands on their time and competing demands. As much as they want to receive the help, they just can't prioritize the help you're offering them. Sometimes it's just a bad fit. This idea of perfectionism that you carry around must be eliminated And you need to make peace with the fact that you're not meant to help everyone, and that ultimately everyone is responsible for their own journey and their own outcomes. Let me say that again. Your only job is to offer them the steps to transformation. You are not responsible for their outcome. You must also get to a point where you're okay with criticism. Not everyone is going to love you or your program. And there is a difference between constructive feedback and someone who is not in a good space and spouts off negatively towards you. If the idea of being critiqued makes you anxious, this fear is contributing to the decisions you're making that are keeping your business small or unseen. The next thing I hear, just let that land for a second, right? The next thing I hear from practitioners and coaches is something along this line. I did 5 enrollment calls and they all said no. They all said no working with me. So, right? And then they make one of several conclusions based on the fact that all 5 people said no to working with them. One, they say, I'm not supposed to be launching a business. Or they believe they need to lower their prices. Nobody wants what I'm offering. Or they say they don't have what it takes to make this work. All 4 of these are wrong conclusions based on the fact that 5 people said no to your offer. The reality is that everything about building your practice is a numbers game. It's not personal. And only a very small number of people who are part of your audience or your world will end up saying yes to working with you. It's numbers. It's algorithm for social media, if nothing else, right? So if you end up with one of these, if you have one of these wrong conclusions based on such a small sample of people, you need to work with your resiliency and belief in yourself and your purpose. This also goes back to the same fear of judgment. Oh, people don't want to work with me, or people don't like my offer. When I hear people give up after only a few tries of making something work, it shows me that they don't actually believe themselves or their purpose, because if they did, it wouldn't matter if 100 people said no. That's right. They would keep going until they started to get some yeses. They will always come, I promise. See, the difference between people who are successful and those who are not comes back to these unconscious fears that are running the show. Your unconscious mind is sifting and sorting data based on previous experiences, as well, oh, that's something in my eye, as well as your ancestors, as well as your own experiences. I think I'll just go like this nonstop, as well as your own experiences in your lifetime. So I'm going to say that again, right? due to an eyelash coming into my left eye here, oh my goodness, your unconscious mind is sifting through all sorts of data based on the previous experience of your ancestors. It plays into your own mindset. It does. And it influences the decisions based on the data that you hold in your subconscious. It doesn't matter if that data is old, outdated, irrelevant. Its only job of the subconscious is to keep you safe, which means it's going to draw on the negative experiences of your grandfather becoming a businessman and losing everything, or it will draw on the outdated ideas that successful people are evil, or that women shouldn't make a lot of money because it makes their husbands feel insecure. With me? Okay. Let me know in the chat if one of these beliefs is something that you're dealing with, or do you have another one? Let me know. What is stopping you from stepping into your purpose, from feeling aligned? What idea do you have about yourself, other people, business, or the way the world works that is stopping you from seeing success, living in purpose, helping others transform in their own lives, and making a business with it? During my epigenetic masterclass, I help people remove these types of blocks to their success that are just like these that I've shared, or similar ones that I just mentioned. If you don't know what blocks you have, but you're experiencing them, I teach you how to find them. And if you don't know how to get rid of these blocks, I teach you how to do that too. And the cool part is I do several hot seats during the class where I work one-on-one with a few people who purchase a VIP ticket. But everyone benefits from the hot seat because if you have the same block as they do, it will release from you as well. It's that powerful. So if I do 3 hot seats, you have 3 healing opportunities in addition to group activations, breakouts, and all the teaching you get around how to heal your own inherited blocks to your own success. My epigenetic masterclasses are the most powerful thing I do because it is a full day that I set apart, and everyone attending comes with the intention of transformation. The class is usually about 75% filled with people who are in the health, coaching, healing, or artistic space, with a few others having more corporate background. So it ends up being really a great mix of people. If you resonate with anything that I've spoken about today in terms of the most common examples of blocks that I see hinder successful people, that want to help others transform, then I would love for you to join me in my next masterclass, which is May 28th and 29th, starting at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Each day is 3 hours. If you're continuing to hit your head on an income level, or hitting your head on the ceiling of success, or you feel paralyzed or overwhelmed with what you need to do next, I want to show you a way forward. This is my greatest purpose. I love doing it, and I'm really good at it. And I also understand the road to success, because I have walked through and released my own self-limiting hurdles. Some of them I mentioned today, or at least they're similar. So let me help you release what is holding you back from your greatest purpose, your greatest achievement, and the one thing you know that you are put on earth to do on this planet. If this speaks to you, say yes, and I'll see you in the chat.